So I already had a plan that I wanted to go into the field of teaching English as a second language. But the problem is that a lot of master's degrees, I had to work at the time. And so it was hard finding a master's program that accommodated like full-time teaching as well as, letting you take classes, because I was originally going to Sacramento State. And in Sacramento State, the chair of the English department, Dr. Helen Lee, she told me, well, why don't you just look into the program at San Bernardino? They're our sister school. And I said, oh, that's perfect. And then I applied. Well, I thought it would be very like self-paced. I expected that already, and it met that expectation. Like, you didn't have to take on more coursework than you could handle. But it exceeded my expectations on how quickly you're able to go through it. If you're a motivated and fast learner, then you can get through it in no time. I finished in a year. So one thing that I noticed is that it wasn't just all the students that are there are not just localized in California, but there were students from all across the world. Like, I remember there was a student from Guatemala or students who came from Korea, and their experiences were counted in the classroom. So they weren't like, people didn't disregard them or anything. So I thought it was very accommodating and inclusive to just our individualized backgrounds and what we might bring to teaching. Yeah, I was working my first year as a high school teacher for ninth grade, and it was crazy. So I don't think I could have done it without the support of the professors in this program, because a lot of what they taught me carried over. It made me more sensitive to the reason why students make, quote, it's not errors, right? But people think that when you're learning a new language, you make errors. But it made me more conscious of why things translate over, not incorrectly, but because you have to consider that people from a different language background, they have a set of rules they're operating under. For example, like different grammar rules. So sometimes what they say might not be incorrect in their own language, but when it carries over, it might interfere with their new language. So I think it made me conscious of the reason why students have a difficult time learning, and it made me more sensitive to that. So right now I'm in line. I'm studying to get my credential, but right now I'm in line to become an ELD teacher at my school site, which is Franklin High School in Stockton. So as soon as I'm done with my credential, I'm immediately gonna do ELD. So I'm excited to do that. Yeah, the ELD program. So I'm gonna step in because one of the ELD teachers is retiring, so I'm just waiting for that and for my credential. And then that position opened up for me, and they're like, "Oh, you have a TESOL's master, you can do that." And I'm like, "Yes, I could do that." Yeah, because the Stockton Unified School District, they give you a higher wage based on how many master's degrees you're able to get. So as soon as I finish my credential, I jump in the pay scale. So I'm excited for that too. It prepared me like so much, but it didn't. I was already in there, right? But I didn't have a lot of help as a first year teacher. A lot of programs that I found, not the TESOL program, but different other programs, like well, I don't want to name drop, but different ones were predatory and they didn't really help you. It seems like more they were putting obstacles in your way. But the one help that I did find was here at San Bernardino, like Dr. Seferolu and Dr. Roos. They helped me a lot with lesson planning, classroom management ideas. So when I felt like totally lost, they were the ones who supported me a lot, especially in our little group cohort when we're doing the fieldwork portion. We have like more personal, closer, like smaller groups, then we could talk about our experiences and and people offer advice to you. So that was one thing that I felt so beneficial and kind of moralizing, because especially when you're a first year teacher, you don't know anybody and you feel alone and isolated. So that was the one thing that kept me from kind of like feeling down, I guess. Some advice that I would give to somebody considering this program is take your time, try your best. Don't be discouraged if it feels like it's a lot of work or that you're not doing the best in the fieldwork portion. Keep sticking it through the hard times, and I think it'll pay off. So just keep persevering. Yes, because I chose it the first time. I did a lot of research, so I feel like this was the best choice that I made.